So here we are at the home page on PSConnect, and so one of the things that you have the ability to do is to add resources to your communities that you participate in. And those resources can be documents, and you can put them in folders, and there's several different ways that you can get that accomplished. So why don't we look at first, so we're going to pop into communities, and these are a list of all my communities. One of the communities that I do frequently postings for is my management committee. So this is one of the committees that I participate at International, and so we can just click on the management committee, and it will bring up the group for us to look at. And this should be kind of familiar to you if you've seen others. There's a section for current discussions. And so if I'm looking for the last couple messages that have been posted, I can just click on here and go right to the message. If I wanted to look at all of the listings down here at the bottom of that section, there's a More button, and I can look at more messages if the ones I'm looking for aren't here. What I want to look at over here is the recent resources. So these are folders or files that have been added to a PSConnect for multiple people to utilize in this group. So down here at the bottom you have a More button, and so I can just click on More, and you'll see that it opens up and shows me folders, similar to what you see in your organization of Word files or Excel files. And whatever I'm highlighted on here is what's displaying over here to the right. You'll see I have a folder for agendas, and if I click on the agendas and open, and you'll see I have two separate folders, one for 2009 and then 2010 and 2011. And if I go over here, I can actually double-click on the folder, and it will open up the file for me to open and download. So now if I click on this, I can actually, gives me the option to open it or save it onto my own computer. We'll just cancel out of that. If I want to go back, you have a couple different ways to get back. Obviously, you can use the back button, and it backs you up. Also, as the string went along, we could have chosen one of those items. So let's go back into that again, and we will double-click to get to this point again to show you. You can see here I'm in the management committee. I'm viewing a document out of resources. So if I just click on the management committee, it's going to take me back to the management committee list. So as you get further in, you have options to pop you back quickly back to the main menu. Here's minutes again. Again, anything, if I click on this, you'll see I have nothing over here to the right on the header, but if I get into one of the subfiles, here's all the rest of the folders there. So if we have, I'm going to try to see if I find something that has a folder within a folder. And here we go. So here we have the 2011 Executive Council meeting and the orientation docs. And so here you'll see that this is a bunch of files within this one folder. So if I just single click over here, that doesn't get me anything. You have to double click, and it will open up the folder, and here's a couple different files within that folder. So depending on which one I want to download, I now have access to download either one of those. I wanted to go back and show you also that there's another way that you can look at all this information. If you don't like looking at it this way, up here you can switch to the list view. And if you just click on switch to list view, it will actually give you every single file as it has been uploaded. So there's no organization to it, and you can't organize and put something on top and something else on the bottom. All it's going to do is bring up the list as they were loaded up onto the system. And so if you are wanting to look at the very last thing posted, maybe this is a better way for you to look at it. And you can see here the name of the file and the folder or the file right there. So it's just a different way to look at the same exact information. With this, they have the score over here, and we really don't know how that gets scored or how it increases or what the purpose of that is. So if somebody figures that out, you can let us know. The numbers do increase. It is helpful if you're tracking, if you've posted something out and told your committee or your chapter to go look at it. You can see exactly how many people over here on this side have viewed the file, how many files, and how many actually have downloaded the file. So you can kind of keep track over here if you've reached your membership or how much of your membership you've reached out to when you get these files loaded up. You'll notice that the green up here is highlighted because we're in the resource section. To get things into the resource section, there's a couple different ways to accomplish that. One way is if you want to just start straight out and adding a message, we'll just post a message here, and we're going to choose that we're going to post it to the management committee, and we're just going to say that it's a test here. We can go down here and say just a test message. And down here at the bottom is how you attach files. So if you click on attach, it gives you the opportunity to give it a title, and that title is what's going to display for the people to look at. So we're just going to call it a test message in February. And if you want to add a description for your file, you can do that there. You then are going to browse on your own computer. So now I'm on my own computer browsing to the different folders that I have, and we'll go to the management committee, and we're going to choose minutes, and we're going to put up some more minutes. If I choose to give it a different file name, I can do that here, and that's what, when people download it, this is the new file name they'll have. You aren't required to do that. You just click upload, and it shows that that file has been uploaded, and it's here. It gives you the opportunity to remove it if you made a mistake and got the wrong file. And then down here at the bottom, you just want to click Finish. And when that comes up, it'll just show that as a file here is ready to be loaded up. And then you can just click Send. And this is actually going to send a message out to all the management committee members and let them know that they actually have a new folder and a new file to go look at and read. And if I had any additional message to that, I could add at that time. So now if we go back to the resources, we can look at my documents, and you should see that new message that I just sent out. Here we go, test message February, and here's the file that was added right here, and the size. And so that's all it takes to add something to a resource file up starting by posting a message. One of the things that I do in management committee, you see that I kind of segregate everything out for agendas and minutes. So here in management committee, you'll see that that test message was loaded just in the very management committee. It just puts it right in the very beginning. Perhaps I manage and I oversee this committee, so I have the ability to move things around and put it where it actually needs to be. So if this really was, say, an agenda item and I wanted to open that up, I can cut this out of this section here. I can go over here to my agendas items and I can paste it in. So you'll see that it's no longer out on the management committee page, but it's actually under the agenda section. By me moving that, that does not destroy the link that was sent out to all the committee members to access that file. So they're actually going to get an email message, and it's going to have a link for the file, and no matter where I move it within this management committee, by them just clicking on the link, it'll take them to the file. So you don't have to worry about that. But it allows me to control how the folders are listed for easy access and easy reference. If I've decided now that this isn't something that I want, you can just click on it and you can delete it. It asks you, are you sure you want to delete it? And you say okay, and it's gone. It's as simple as that to remove things. You have to be the one in control of the committee or the group to be able to manipulate and move and do that. So within your chapter, there should be somebody, probably maybe a secretary or the president, that has control set up, that they have the ability to manage and manipulate the files and move them around like that. What else can I show you about the folders? If we go back to just clicking on resources up here, even though I'm in the management committee, it's actually going to bring me up the resources to all the groups that are out there. So that isn't taking me directly back to the link that I was at under management committee. But there are several ways you can get there. To my communities, you can go under my profile to get to my communities, or up here under your name, you can click on communities, and they take you to the same place. So it doesn't matter which click you use, it's going to take you to the same place. One of the other ways that you can actually post messages up is if we were under, let's see, let's go back to the Management Committee. We'll pick on them. Under Management Committee here, under Recent Resources, I can just click right here to add a document. And so it then opens up, this looks very familiar, you used the same section when you were sending the message. It added at the bottom of your message. Well, I can just choose right here to do a test message again, and I can add a description. Here you'll note that it allows me to choose all of the subfolders. When I add it to a message, it only allows you to put it on the very top, and you have to go in and manipulate it. Here, if I'm adding a resource directly, it's going to allow me which folder I want to put it in. So I'm going to choose that I want it in the 2010-2011. I click Save. That's just saying I'm saving this piece. And then it's going to open up another window and allow me to go choose the file that I want to upload as soon as it gets done processing here. So here we are. We can go back and we can choose the file again. We'll just use the same minutes. And we can click on Upload. It uploads the file. There's the file name there. And it's already been uploaded. We can click Continue. And it brings that. And here's my file that's been uploaded. So it shows it right there. So no message is generated out to my committee by me just uploading a file like that. So now my choices are I can go back here and I can post a message and just tell them I've uploaded a file. If you're interested, you can go read it. That's the only way they're going to be notified that I've changed something in the folders for them to look at. Another way, if I've created this test message and I decide, oh, I want another file there, right here I can just click on Add File, and I can go Browse, and I can select something and save it, and it's going to upload it right directly into this folder. So now I have, under this folder, I have 2 files individually listed there. And again, no message will be sent to the membership on that, to the committee membership. If I choose that, okay, I really didn't want this folder, this file listed there, I can just click X, and it allows me to delete it, and it removes it. And then if I click back on Management Committee, we can go back to the agendas, I believe is where I put that, and here's my test message here. So adding files to folders and organizing them and sharing them within your committee, your executive committee, or with any other groups that you've created is very easy with PSConnect. And it's just getting in and getting your group to manipulate through the pages so they become comfortable in how to access this information to make it relevant for them.